Obviously a one-of-one event, and when you think about, first of all, where we came from and how this whole sport started and how it was frowned upon in the United States to now be heading to the White House is pretty surreal. And the president of the United States is a huge fight fan.
And it's his
and
birthday.
a guy that has always been, in show business and gets it. And nobody loves the White House more than President Trump does. When you go there and you tour the White House with him, there's a sense of pride that he has in that place that is like nothing I've ever seen before. So we were at a UFC fight, and he looks at me and he says, "You know what? We should do a fight at the White House." And I was like, yes, we should. I'm in.
Is that how it started?
That's literally how it started.
He threw it your way. He put the idea out there, and away you go.
And I said yes. And he's the type of person, he doesn't say something and not do it. And literally from that night on, the next day, he reached out and said, "Let's start figuring this out." So I said, the Sphere should have won every award there is in production. It did not, which doesn't surprise me. Very political. If we don't win every production award for the White House fight, they should just stop doing production awards because you're full of okay? You're full of
Well, when I speak to fans and I ask them about fighters that they like to watch, who is the best in the UFC, two names always come up. Ilya is one of those names. Alex Pereira is another one of those names. So I'm going to highlight both of those guys for you now on the cinema screen that we're in right now.
This isn't a coincidence. You know what I mean?
Card.
This is not a coincidence.
Okay, I get it. So we'll start with Ilya, and I want to take you back to a couple of fights that he's had, because you've just alluded to his run that he's currently on. And it's not just a run of wins. It's a run of knockout wins.
100%.
Against the very, very best guys.
And guys who've never been finished.
Exactly. This is obviously the Alexander Volkanovski challenge to become featherweight champion. When Volk was obviously riding high, he becomes champ.
Whenever you have a champion as dominant as Alexander Volkanovski, what you hope for is a challenger that's so imposing and so destructive that it makes you wonder whether or not he's going to be able to withstand this storm. That is Ilia Topuria.
We've just seen the ring walk there. How will the walks look differently when we're tuning into
so the main event, the main event guys will come from the Oval Office. They'll walk from the Oval Office. The walkouts and everything for this fight are incredible in a one-of-one.
Can you remember this one?
Of course.
I mean, that knockout is just... To do that to Alexander Volkanovski is ridiculous.
What's even crazier is that Topuria came in here as a submission guy.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what he was known for. Then he's just standing with these guys who are monsters, like Volk, and knocks him out, which people were blown away. But little did we know, it was just the beginning.
Did you know that statistically, he still hasn't thrown a leg kick?
I did not know that.
He doesn't need to. But you're right. Pre-UFC, he was a submission guy. A lot of submissions on his record. But he's coming in and now standing with some of the very best strikers on the planet.
And look at that right hand. I mean, that right hand couldn't have landed any more perfect.
And obviously, this is the night that he becomes the featherweight champion. To do that to a guy that is going into the Hall of Fame without any shadow of a doubt in Alexander Volkanovski.
And arguably the best 145-pounder ever.
He's absolutely in that conversation with Jose Aldo, isn't he? 100% he is. And now he enters that conversation as well with what he's doing against that level of competition.
If Ilia Topuria, still a young guy, lots of things to accomplish, I mean, this kid keeps on this trajectory. GOAT talk. You could start talking about GOAT.
Well, his next fight was Max, right? So if we can run that, this is a guy that does not get knocked out.
That's right. And a guy that loves to stand in the pocket and trade with anybody.
How much did this amuse you at the start of this fight? Watch what happens. Because obviously you've always got the famous finger point. And then Max gives it the Matador. There you go.
No surprise that Max Holloway does not engage with the early point down.
But again,
brilliant.
But that's what we're all about.
Brilliant.
Showmanship. That's what you want, isn't it? You want entertainment.
I didn't even remember that until you just showed it to me. Absolutely brilliant. With two badass dudes. And again, look at him. He's not trying to shoot on him. He's not trying to take him down. And when you think about, you know, as a fighter, your mindset should be going into the fight thinking, what is my best way to possibly beat this guy? And you would think if you're going in against Holloway, you're going to want to shoot on him, take him down and try to submit him. But nope, look at him.
Holloway, goodness, gets out of the pocket. Got a chin on him. But he was hurt. That's the first time I've seen him stunned like that. But Ilya's got to be careful that he doesn't punch himself out. Oh! Massive knockdown for Topuria! And still, he does it again! Ilya Topuria! This dude at 145. My God, dude. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow.
Confident in his punching power and confident in his ability to finish Max Holloway.
And still, the UFC undisputed featherweight champion of the world, Ilya Matador Topuria.
But he's not done there yet, because now he's moved up in weight. Because that is real badass, isn't it? To be able to do it, obviously, at 145 and then to take the chances of going up to 155 and take on a killer like Charles Oliveira.
I think this kid has the potential to be an absolute star. He's already reaching legendary status, especially if he can win tonight.
I remember this. International Fight Week last year. The atmosphere was absolutely insane.
Ilya throws hard when he goes.
Goodness. He called it. He called it.
Champion Ilya Matador.
What a knockout. That was a vicious knockout.
We've had conversations in the past about holy moments. This guy is just racking one after the other, back to back against serious legends. Oh.
Yep.
That is naughty.
Now imagine him and Gaethje toe-to-toe, just banging it out. Both guys have the ability, are known for having nasty knockout power. And they're both, you know, you see this kid doesn't back up. He just comes in absolutely confident in his hands, absolutely confident in his chin, and knocking out guys who have never been knocked out before.
On the flip of that, the other guy that I've just been mentioning 2 minutes ago is Alex Pereira.
This guy, during one of the fights that we had, was on vacation in Australia. We called him, and he left his vacation and came and fought. I'm just trying to think. I don't know if we've ever had a guy. There's been lots of people that have stepped up and done great things, you know, in short time but consistently.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been anybody like Pereira. He's also moving up to heavyweight and taking on Cyril Gane, who you know moves.
Yeah.
Like a middleweight on his feet and with his hands. This is a great fight that obviously means a lot in the heavyweight division.
Let me ask you a question from a British point of view. Obviously, the undisputed champion in this division is Tom, right? And he's obviously out at the moment, injury, so therefore the timelines wouldn't have worked. But if he would have been fit, do you think we'd have seen Tom versus Alex?
100%. Yeah, that would have been the fight if he was. You know, right now, and a lot of our champions are hurt right now, and you know, so it's kind of a funky. There's a lot of things you have to deal with, you know, when you're making these matches with timing and everything else going on in everybody's life, injuries. But yeah, it would have been Tom.
Well, let's have a look at some Alex Pereira, because he is, when we're talking about theatre, there you go, the theatre of everything, the drama that he can bring even before he steps inside the cage.
I don't know if we've ever had anybody like Alex Pereira, and the fact that he came from kickboxing and has been as good and as dominant in MMA as he has been is incredible.
And he's...
And again, the guys he's beat, too.
Champions. Yuri Prochazka's a champion.
Mistake right here about
Big elbow. That is going to do it. Pereira, welcome to the history books.
I know that obviously he's gone the distance on a couple of occasions, but the majority of the times, he knocks people out.
Yeah.
In all your time in the UFC, have you ever been scared of a fighter? I ask you that because whenever I'm in his presence, I can always feel that aura.
Yeah, there's guys that you meet that you know are just
serious badasses.
100%. He is definitely one of those guys. Yeah, his demeanor, you know.
I think the language barrier as well helps it because I have no idea what.
So true. So true.
I just understand the Shama thing. That's it. Here he's again on the second one with Yuri. And Yuri actually starts really well in this fight.
No, Yuri's an incredible fighter.
Huge knockdown right on the gun of round 1.
This one.
Yeah, nice short little left hook. And you can tell Yuri was down there for a minute. You can tell he's still hurt, too. Just off that one left hook.
Because that was right at the end of the first round. And now they go into the second round, and it doesn't last too long.
Alex Pineda with an early head kick, round 2. And still, Alex Pineda remains on top of the MMA world.
That's the other thing, too. He's a killer. Once he hurts you, you're done.
What's it like watching fights with the president? Is he a hooper and a hollerer, or what is he?
No, he's not he doesn't